officially 0%.
Oh my god!
KRZLE.
Yeah. Charles. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds pulls out a banana and
Yes,
starts
that's where I was
chewing it.
going.
Butterfly kisses.
Oh my god. Hey, fuck these drums.
The synopsis just isn't good. Oh my god. Okay. And on that note.
Welcome, one and all, to a brand new episode of What Was That Called Again? My name is Thomas.
I'm Will. Hi, how you doing?
This is a movie podcast where I have gone to the trouble of selecting 3 movies, and I will read their IMDb plot descriptions to Will,
Me.
who will then have to try to match the plot descriptions to the correct title. And we are recording this hot off of last week's recording.
Hot.
And so we are both mildly
Inebriated.
intoxicated, I would say. Yeah, a little inebriation. I have another glass of wine.
Your third glass.
Yeah, my third grass,
Yep.
as they say in Madagascar. And
So is this your drink check? Is this drink check for you? Is you're just saying third glass of wine?
Oh, drink check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole format falls apart the higher the blood alcohol goes.
I am on glass 3 of The Prisoner wine, brought to you by The Prisoner Wine Company. Not a sponsor. Although, if they want to reach out, they can email us at wwtcapod@protonmail.com.
I doubt they have access to computers in prison.
You never know.
That's right. You know what? You don't know.
Yeah, you'll never know. It could happen. You're working on the same thing? What do you got over there?
Yeah, I'm working on the same thing as last week because I didn't get to finish it last week. So for recording back to back, I'm still trying to finish. We're not trying. I'm still working on my blood orange ginger beer with vodka. Yeah, vodka. Sorry, I forgot which one it was because I've already downed. Before recording this, I had already downed the white rum lemonade, and man, are we both having a great time talking? Okay, this will be a good episode.
Yeah.
Also,
yep.
I was going to say also, if this episode does sound different, it's because I'm going to edit this episode. Usually, Thomas edits the episodes.
Oh yeah,
he's tossing the workload. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to try to keep with Thomas's style, but I'm going to do it my own way, I guess, and we'll see how it turns out. So this might be different. Who knows? Or it might be the same. So maybe you'll never know.
This is by far the worst episode we've ever done. You know who to blame.
Oh, always. Well, but that doesn't change. That's true every episode. There's only one culprit.
That's right. And we so this week again, so we're working off the same notes that I had last time. Last time I had 3 movies ready to go, so we just did one, obviously. This week, I, at the time of recording, have 2 episodes worth of notes ready to go. So I'm going to throw it to you, Will, once again. Do you want to do number 1 or number 2?
So last time I picked number 2. Not number...
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 1 and 3 left, technically, compared to last week. I picked number 2 last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick number 1 this week. I'm going to save that last note file for next episode. So number 1, please.
All right, we can do that, and we're going to be launching off. We're going in chronological order of release.
Okay.
We're going to be kicking off this week in the
ready.
year 1996.
Okay, decent year.
Decent year, he says. Let's find out. Your first synopsis from IMDb reads as follows from the year 1996. When she discovers a love letter written to her husband by an unknown paramour,
Ooh.
the distraught Eliza turns to her tight-knit Long Island family for advice.
Okay, 96. When she discovers a letter written to her husband from a unknown paramour, Eliza turns to her tight-knit You said New England family?
Long Island.
Long Island, something like that. up there somewhere. Long Island family for help, for assistance, for reassurance, for something?
Advice.
What did she turn to them for? For advice, okay. Doesn't sound familiar. It's also, it's kind of, it feels a little familiar. It doesn't sound familiar, but it feels a little familiar because I think there were other similar types of movies around the mid-90s where it was about a lover finding out the truth about their male significant other and turning to friends or turning to a community or whatever for help or with the aftermath. I feel like there were a few films like that, at least, generally really vague similarities there. So that's why it feels familiar, but I don't know. In the mid-90s, I was kind of alive then, so but yeah, this doesn't sound familiar though. So I'll leave it at that. Okay, 96, Eliza finds a letter for her husband from an unknown paramour, and she turns to her Long Island family for help, for assistance. Okay, got it. Movie number 2, please.
Your second film is going to come from the year 2000, The Turn of the Millennium.
Okay.
And your synopsis for this one reads as follows. A college dropout, attempting to live up to his father's high standards, gets a job as a broker for a suburban investment firm, which puts him on the fast track to success. But the job might not be as legitimate as it first appeared to be.
No shit. The fact that a college dropout can all of a sudden get a job at an investment firm and this place isn't legit, I wonder why. All right. So 2000, you said. 2000 films, I don't know. Again, I say that quite frequently because that's what the show is based on, but I don't really know, outside of like the big box office films, 2000 on, I guess I was just in that age where like I just wasn't really into anything outside of like the big box office tentpoles, and also I haven't gone back and explored that era since then, right? So this is definitely a dark.
Yeah, I kind of particularly hate the like early aughts
that too
films.
I don't think they're great.
I hate the look of them.
Yes.
There's like a really bad in between.
Because it was the shift from it was early digital, or it was like late still on film, and because there was this like mismatch of stuff, and it like the lighting was different for some reason, or maybe it was like they were doing it for TV, or I don't know. But you're right, there is definitely like this look and this style that it hasn't like really called me back. It's like, hey, come check out the stuff that wasn't huge in theaters or whatever. Okay, so 2000, you said a college dropout trying to impress his father gets a job at a investment firm or something like that, and then slowly realizes, I guess, that the investment firm might not be legit. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound anything familiar. I mean, it seems. I mean, just from the synopsis, it seems kind of boring. so I don't know. I don't know what else is going to go on there. Like, you're just trying to make dad happy after dropping out of college, and then you get a really good job, and the job might not be legit. I mean, I guess there's some struggle there, but I mean, really, it would be just like, go back to college, right? Anyway, so third movie, please.
Your final movie to work off of this week is going to come from the year 2007.
Oh, okay.
And your synopsis for this one reads as follows. 2 families are brought together by the return of one family's son. A reunion that conjures up old ghosts and issues that must be addressed.
Okay. So this is 2007.
2007. Yep.
And 2 families are brought together after the son of one of the families returns. But this conjures up ghost and something else, you said?
Issues.
Oh, and issues. And I guess the families have to face this?
Yep. These ghosts and issues must be addressed.
Must be addressed, right, yeah. Okay. Does not sound or feel familiar at all. These almost feel like these, like, I'll have to remember the first movie, but these last 2 films almost feel like they're either from the same filmmaker or something. Like they have like a weird like they have a weird thing where like the synopsis isn't very detailed or it doesn't seem very interesting, but it feels like that's the intent of the movie, is to, you know, that there's more to this movie than just surface level stuff that you would, you know, that makes writing a synopsis easy. Okay. Let me try to recap. You said the first film was 1996, and gosh, give me like the first action word, the first verb. I'll try to remember this one.
Discovers.
Discovers. Yes. No. Wait. Yes. This was the woman discovers the love letter written to her husband from an unknown paramour,
Yes.
and she confides in her Long Island family for assistance. Okay.
For advice. Yep.
For advice. They're going to kill a guy. They're going to kill the guy and bury him.
I say you just fucking pop a cap in the back of his head. That's the advice she gets.
Yeah, throw him in the dump. Okay. The second film was 2000, I do believe.
Yeah.
And this was about a college dropout trying to impress his father. While trying to impress his father, gets a job at an investment firm, but then realizes that the job might not be legit.
Yep.
Or the firm might yeah, something is not legitimate about which again,
Yes.
you dropped out of college and now you're telling people how to invest their money. That's already not legit. That should have been the first red flag there. Yeah. Like I said, I don't feel anything from that one. Doesn't sound familiar. I mean, like the whole college dropout thing, early 2000s. Yeah, I don't know. Is it like a weird Ben Stiller movie that I don't know about? Okay. And then the last film you said was 2007. And this one was about two families come together after the son of one of the families is reunited with them, which brings about ghosts from the past and something else. What was the other thing that comes with the ghosts? Issues. It was just issues. That's all it was. It was ghosts and issues that they must deal with. And they must address or whatever. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is an era, definitely, I mean, like mid-90s movies, mid to late 90s movies I'm sort of familiar with. At least the ones that aren't, you know, like huge box office things. But definitely like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, I couldn't tell you one movie that came out at all in those years, other than Spider-Man. That's the only one. Yeah, that's right. Science came out then too. I went to the theater and saw that actually. Wow. And then as far as like mid to late aughts, again, it's still kind of part of that era of me being in high school and just not paying attention to anything but school and hating it. So 2007 especially, I don't even remember that year at all, really. I don't remember
I don't have time to go to your movies. I gotta study.
No, it's more like I wanted to go to movies, but yeah, I didn't have time. Okay, I hope the titles bring some deep memory from this part of my life. So title me, please.
First title you're going to get to work off of is going to be The Cake Eaters.
You delivered that so sinister. The Cake Eaters.
That's how if you saw the TV spots, that's how the voiceover would have been.
The Cake
The
Eaters.
Cake Eaters, rated PG-13.
That doesn't sound familiar at all. It doesn't ring anything. The Cake Eaters? What the fuck is that? I mean, like you could say that, like,
It's just
maybe like the first thing that came to mind. Well, not the first thing. It was like the 80th thing that came to mind after you said that line, that title that way. But eventually, I had the thought. I'll say that maybe the Cake Eaters are like this group of people on Long Island that this woman asks for help from. Did you say specifically family? It was her Long Island family?
Yes, it says tight-knit Long Island family.
Tight-knit. The Cake Eaters. That couldn't be like a last name.
Deborah Cake.
Deborah Cake Eater. It's all one word. Oh man, no, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that's kind of like a nickname that this was like, like maybe they own a bakery or like a pastry shop or something like that.
Deborah Cake Eater.
Deborah Cake Eater. I'm Miss Cake Eater. How you doing? Because I didn't get like an immediate reaction from the other two films. The Cake Eater. The Cake Eater, plural?
Plural, yeah. Cake Eaters.
Cake Eaters. Okay. The Cake Eaters. I mean, again, there's the two families that are reunited, but I don't imagine like either of those two families are called the Cake Eaters. That'd be hilarious. And then there's there's the kid that dropped out of school, and then investment firm. I don't know if cake eater maybe means something else. Like, if you're like a cake eater, that means that you fall for bad investments, maybe. I don't know. That just doesn't sound right. But the immediate thing that I thought of was that cake eater was like some kind, like, again, like it's like a group of women who are baking or whatever, and they're all like they lovingly gave themselves the nickname the Cake Eaters, and they're now going to go solve this issue of this cheating husband. So for now, I'm going to park the Cake Eaters on the 1996 film. Next title, please.
Second title is going to be Boiler Room.
Ooh, Boiler Room. That does sound familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
Good question.
That sounds really familiar. That sounds like something I watched on HBO. Yeah, like I got HBO, and then just the movies that came on.
Box office. Yeah.
You said Boiler Room or The Boiler Room? Just Boiler Room, right?
It's just Boiler Room. Yep.
Why do I feel like that goes with the 2007 film? Is the kid like, does he get like a job at this investment firm, and then his office is like in like the back boiler room, or something happens in the boiler room?
Investment firm film is 2000.
2000. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay. Well, it's still
2007 is the
two families,
old ghosts and issues.
Yeah. I meant I got the date wrong. I meant the investment firm movie. Yeah. Boiler room. I mean, I guess at this point it could also be any of them, right? Like something could have happened in a boiler room where this kid went missing or vanished or left.
Maybe the Cake Eaters have a boiler room.
Whoever the Cake Eaters are, yeah. but maybe like this Long Island family, like again, maybe they deal with this guy by throwing him in the boiler room, right? Like maybe they just they burn him or something. Or like, they torture him in the boiler room because that's like the back, that's like the back office.
Because somebody sent him a letter and they put him in the boiler room.
Yeah, I mean,
he technically didn't even do anything in this. He just received a letter from somebody else.
He received a letter. That's all that matters.
Is that JFK? Or
yeah, I guess so.
He received a letter and he must be put into the boiler room.
The boiler room. Again, just first gut feeling, it for some reason I think that title sounds familiar. I'm going to just loosely place this on the 2000 film of the trying to impress dad and the investment firm and illegitimate business thing for now. But that title really just that rang a bell for some reason. Okay, last title, please.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Your last title is going to be The Daytrippers.
Ah, damn it! That also sounds familiar. The Daytrippers. Why does that sound familiar too? The Daytrippers. Damn it! It's like one of those thoughts, or one of those reactions where like that means something, but you have no idea what that means, and that as soon as you hear it, you're gonna feel dumb. The Daytrippers. What the fuck? Like that's more like that. Has more of a louder bell ringing than Boiler Room did. The Daytrippers. Fuck. Why do I know Daytrippers? The Daytrippers?
Why indeed. Yep, the Daytrippers.
Damn it. Okay, so shit. Okay, so let me just recap. We've got the Cake Eaters, Boiler Room and the Day Trippers.
That is correct.
Ah, damn! Why does the Day Trippers? I know I'm going to know this movie. Dang it! That hurts me so much. Okay, so Boiler Room, I said was at least initially was possibly the 2000 film. For some reason, I got the initial like interpretation that like it's like this office that's not. You can tell is like not an official office. It's just like they like they like put their office in just some like building that looks. I mean, the building. I don't know why I'm describing this because it probably is not going to help me at all. But at least in my head, the building that this office is in is like a it has like the office lighting and stuff, but it's very sparse. It's not like a big corporate downtown skyscraper thing. And like he's maybe like the only person at the front desk, and it's a very quiet place, but shit's happening. Like he can hear stuff happening, in the back.
Like in the background, there's phones going off and people like running around back and forth, papers flying.
No, I don't even think that. I think it's like sounds that like don't quite make sense.
There's like an elephant sound and like people
there you go. Yeah,
going back and forth.
There's a jumbo jet flying through. Yeah. No, I mean it's like like a lot of thuds and yelling and stuff like that. And he's been told to like stay up front and just answer calls and if anyone comes in, help them out or whatever. But don't go.
Welcome aboard, kid. This is called the Boiler Room. You're gonna be on phone duty.
It's immediately obvious that something's not right. Yeah, but that's what I was picturing. Whether that or not that is actually what the movie is probably a different question.
This place may or may not be legitimate. Don't ask questions. It's the Boiler Room.
JFK? Are you in all these movies?
Don't ask questions. This is the Boiler Room.
I'm a cake eater. Don't receive any letters either. Okay. So that was the initial, like I said, like visual that came whenever I heard that title. It brought me back. Like I want to say that the poster's even like very sepia, maybe.
Oh, okay.
And then of course like Boiler Room is like right across the front. I could be way wrong on that. I could be thinking of like the different horror movie that has nothing to do with this.
Right across the front of the poster, you say.
In the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. Not just on like yeah. You know how they usually print the titles on the back of the poster. Yeah, exactly. No, like right in the middle, like big bold white text. But again, I could be very easily thinking of something else. But those were the thoughts that first came to mind whenever you said Boiler Room. Boiler Room at least like had visual elements to it that popped into my head. Whereas the Day Trippers, nothing came to mind other than this deep, deep feeling that I know that title. And that's why it's more like frustrating, because I feel like I should know, out of these three descriptions, I feel like I should know where Day Trippers goes, because it's like tip of my tongue level of like, I should know that, right?
Sure.
And then we have the Cake Eaters, which I have no idea where to put that one. Okay, so why would we have a Long Island family, close-knit, and call them Day Trippers? Or call something else? I mean, are they taking a day trip to, like, Long Island? Are they taking a day trip to somewhere else in New York? And that's just what they do? And on each of these trips, they talk more about relationships and men and family. I don't know.
My husband received this letter. All right, let's go on a day trip. You know how we do this.
Or wait, is Day Trippers like a lyric or a song title? Is that what I'm thinking of?
'Cause it's the Day Trippers.
I want to say it's like is it like a Beatles song or a Beatles title? Or
Day Trippers, baby, I love you.
I was hoping for Ringo.
Oh, Day Trippers, baby, I love you.
AC/DC? Okay.
Day Trippers.
Okay, stop. I gotta focus, man. You're allowed to be drunk and sit there and have fun. I gotta be drunk and have thoughts. Yeah, it's a challenge right now. Okay. Okay. So Boiler Room I feel like I don't think I have this right as far as it being the 2000 wants to impress dad, investment firm, college dropout, illegitimate business. But I just feel like that's where that goes for some reason.
Yeah.
Day
Trippers, baby, I love you.
I swear Day Trippers is a lyric to a song, and that's what I'm actually thinking of as far as it ringing a bell. Which watch the song be in the movie. How about that? Okay. I'm pretty sure it's like Beatles or something, man. Anyway, I can almost hear it now. That's why I'm thinking it's a song and not the movie that I'm that I'm aware of. Okay, so the Cake Eaters, though, could the Cake Eaters be again like a term that's used to describe a group of people who are not as worried about something as they should be? And I'm trying to relate that to the family who lost their son, because not only is the son reunited with the family, but these two families also come together over this.
That's true. And
then something causes ghosts and what was it again? I keep forgetting that one word. Stupid, like it was a ghost and
issues.
Yeah, it's something so general. It's like you have ghosts and issues. Okay. Cake Eaters. Are they the Day Trippers or the Cake Eaters? Okay, I really need to know either I'm completely wrong or I got one of these right. So I'm almost going to shoot this one in the dark and just have to redo a second time because I don't really have anything else to go off of. I mean, early 90s, or mid 90s. Boiler Room. I don't know if Boiler Room fits in the mid 90s, but I could see like the Cake Eaters because it sounds kind of quaint and it sounds kind of, I don't know. There's something like slightly not romantic, but there's something, definitely like soft about it.
You're feeling Amanda Cake Eater.
Yeah. Amanda Cake Eater.
I gotta reconnect with my Cake Eater family.
But then I also feel like Day Trippers could also maybe describe these folks from Long Island, and because it doesn't say that she lives in Long Island.
Hey, come out for the day, return at night. Who knows? Just here for the day.
Who was that?
Tommy.
This is Tommy. Tommy Cake Eater. I mean, but I'm saying is it could also be the Day Trippers too, because like I said, she might not live in Long Island, so it might be a day trip to go to her.
She might not live through the day.
She might not. She could be the opposite of a vampire, where she's only alive at day, and she has to sleep at night. Wait, that's a human. Okay,
one more drink.
Yeah, sure. What I'm ultimately getting at is that I feel sort of confident enough with Boiler Room being one of these movies. I don't know which two of the other films is the two other titles. So I think I'm going to have to just hope for one right. Okay. And then on top of hoping for one right, hope that it is Boiler Room. That's correct. Okay? So I'm going to say that the 1996 movie about a woman finding a letter written to her husband by a paramour and then confiding or seeking assistance in her tight-knit Long Island family. I'm going to call that one The Cake Eaters. Maybe I'm just going to assume that there's a pastry shop somewhere. Just for now, off of no evidence at all.
Sleeps at night.
Yeah, the opposite of a vampire. We could write that horror movie right now. As soon as the sun goes down, they die. They have to be inside where there's light. They have to be in a building where there's light on all the time. Okay, so that means that the 2000 film of the college dropout trying to impress his father gets a job at an investment firm and then realizes that the investment firm might not be legitimate. I'm going to call that one Boiler Room.
Okay.
Only because I pictured a different movie. Is what I'm guessing. so
good logic to go on.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and then that leaves for right now at least, the 2007 film about the two families coming together after the son of one of the families returns, and somehow there's ghosts and issues involved that they have to face. Yeah, I'm going to call that one, really because it's the only one left, the Daytrippers for now. I hope I got one right, and I hope that it's Boiler Room. So, please,
well, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid right off and say that you got one right.
Oh God. Okay.
So.
Because the issue is that Cake Eater could be correct. I mean, one of them could be correct clearly, but I just feel like Daytrippers was not right. Okay. Dang it. Why do I know that title? Boiler Room, Daytrippers, the Cake Eater.
Welcome to the Boiler Room, kid.
Okay, also, the Cake Eaters and the Daytrippers are the only two titles that have a plural. Boiler Room is just a place. And as far as we know, the College Dropout movie only takes place in one sort of locale.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I do keep Boiler Room where it's at off of that, and I just switch. Because I did say that I thought maybe, like, Daytrippers, maybe she's taking a trip down to Long Island. She doesn't live there. Or maybe her family takes day trips all the time. But then why does the Cake Eaters fit into the two families coming together and ghosts and issues? I don't know.
Maybe it turns out the son is Tommy Cake Eater.
That's the family name. Yeah, it's the family name. Like I said, maybe that is like a term for,
family reunion.
No, just like overlooking things that need to be addressed, right? Oh, they're cake eaters. Like they're always having their cake. They're maybe. Okay, I'm just going to flip the ones I said I was going to flip. So I want to now call the 1996 movie about the letter written from a paramour to her husband, Long Island close-knit family. I'm going to call that one the Daytrippers. I'm keeping Boiler Room with the 2000 film of the college dropout trying to impress dad, investment firm job that might not be legit. And then now the 2007 movie about the two families coming together after the son of one family returns, ghosts and issues. I'm going to call that one for some reason, and I really have nothing. That last film has been the film in both attempts that I have nothing that pulls me to any of these titles. So I'm going to say that's the Cake Eaters for some reason. Final.
Well, that's going to land you a big fat 3 out of 3.
Oh shit! Really? Wow! I really thought I was going to go 0 there.
We're going to kick off.
Tell me about these films.
96 with The Daytrippers from director Greg Mottola, who would go on to direct a little comedy film by the name of Superbad.
Okay,
2007.
Wow. This doesn't feel like a movie that's. I mean, and maybe you'll tell me, but Daytrippers doesn't feel like a movie that's anywhere close to Superbad as far as style.
Yeah, it's not. It's a very indie drama comedy.
Okay.
It is, at the time of recording, it is readily available to stream on the Criterion Channel as well as on HBO Max.
Okay.
This movie stars Hope Davis, Stanley Tucci, Parker Posey, and Liev Schreiber. It was filmed over the course of 17 days on a $50,000 budget. And the movie was actually rejected by Sundance. So take that as you will.
I will.
It is it did end up on the Criterion Collection as title 1001 on the Criterion Collection releases. It is quite a kind of a prominent 90s indie.
That's what it feels like.
Drama, one of those kind of movies. Small budget, $50,000.
One of those movies where it feels like it is a good movie for whatever it brings to the table, but it also feels like it's kind of a forgettable movie. I could be wrong. I've never seen this movie at all, but that's just what it feels like as far as that era of mid to late 90s. These types of like romantic drama comedies, they were good, but it was also like shit that, like I said, it'd be on HBO, and anytime you turn it on, you would catch it, and great, it's a good time, but I don't look forward to seeing it either. So I could be wrong. That's what it feels like.
Ladies and gentlemen, he could be wrong.
In fact,
you can decide that for
yourself.
Am. 2000, we have The Boiler Room from director Ben Younger. This movie is available at the time of recording as a rental on Amazon or on YouTube. It's not readily streaming free anywhere.
Okay.
Writer and director of the film Ben Younger was inspired to create the movie after a job interview he had with a brokerage firm. The movie stars Giovanni Ribisi, Vin Diesel, Nicky Katt, Scott Conn, son of James Conn, and Ben Affleck. There's
I think I have seen this.
There's evidently a scene where Chris, played by Vin Diesel, and Seth, played by Giovanni Ribisi, are waiting outside Greg's, played by Nicky Katt's, house. We never see the car move or get started. Before they shot the scene, Ben Affleck was sitting in the car listening to music. He accidentally took the car keys with him. They had to shoot the scene that night and couldn't find Ben. They shot the scene with the car where it was and lit up the house so there wouldn't be a reflection of the camera and crew. That's
funny.
That's something that I read. Ben Affleck also referred Matt Damon for a role in the film, and he was actually attached briefly, but Matt Damon backed out to do a little film called The Bourne Identity.
Never heard of it.
And so we can move on to 2007 film The Cake Eaters from director Mary Stuart Masterson. This movie is written by and co-stars Joyce Bartok, who I know from Richard Linklater's film Suburbia, one of my personal, probably top 3 favorite Linklater films. He plays the character Pony in the film, who is the musician who returns to visit. Elizabeth Ashley, Bruce Dern, and Kristen Stewart star in The Cake Eaters. And Mary Stuart Masterson, because there wasn't a lot of information on this, Mary Stuart Masterson is, of course, an actor, and primarily, not a director. And she is known most for her role in the film Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And she's also in Benny and June. And this was actually her only directorial effort, aside from a made-for-TV movie in 2001 called On the Edge. So you can do with that information as you will.
I will.
And
I shall.
With
I will
that,
do.
What do you think about the rating spread on this? I will say 2 of these 3 movies have the same star rating on IMDb. The exact same.
Tough.
And then one of them is a little bit lower.
It's not the same.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, lower.
Yep,
okay.
Yep. I'll say that much.
And as far as the range, I don't even know what the range is, because it's that era of film that, like, I just feel like, me personally, I'm not too connected with. But it also sounds like you have decent cast in some of these, or at least all of them. So I'm going to say that we're in the... I think all of these films are in... No, I won't say all of them. I'll say sorry. I'll say that the first 2 are 6 to mid 6, the 2 that are tied, and then the third film is like 5-9, 5-8.
Okay.
But what 2 are tied for the top?
Good question.
Dang, I don't know.
We have some connective tissue between Boiler Room and The Cake Eaters, because we have Giovanni Ribisi and Vin Diesel from The Boiler Room were both in Saving Private Ryan.
Right.
And then also Giovanni Ribisi and Nicky Katt, both from The Boiler Room. were both in Richard Linklater's Suburbia. And we have a Suburbia connective tissue in The Cake Eaters.
That's true.
With the writer and co-star of the film being in Suburbia.
I know that I think I've actually seen Boiler Room a long time ago.
Vin Diesel, you remember him answering phones?
Nope.
Hey, what you want to invest in Apple?
But
this would have been after his great voice actor performance in The Iron Giant.
A fantastic movie.
One of my favorite animated movies.
This is 2000, so is this 2000? Right around Black Planet? Which started his Riddick franchise?
The Riddick film. It's not Black Planet, is it? It's Black.
Isn't it?
What the fuck is that movie called? It's gonna bother me. It's
Black
something.
Moon, Black Star, Black. I'm pretty sure it's Black Planet, isn't it?
Black. Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. That's what it was. You're right.
Bingo.
Yeah, sorry.
Pitch Black.
Yeah. Which was the year what? Which was 2003?
I just quoted. Pitch Black was 2000, so this is the same year, released the same year.
It's hilarious that I said earlier in this film, I don't know any movies from 2000.
And then you, right off the bat, name another one with Vin Diesel.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch that movie a lot because it was, again, one of those movies that was always on HBO. I don't think I ever watched it in 2000. I was like years later, you know.
Yes, I believe there was a recent Arrow Video 4K release of Pitch Black, actually.
Oh, really?
Fun
nice.
Fact, yeah.
That is fun because I like to have that. I really do love that movie a lot. I thought it was interesting, and I don't necessarily like the Riddick films, but it was a good movie. But that's beside the point.
We call this the Boiler Room.
Right. I don't remember Vin Diesel at all if I have seen Boiler Room. But I think I have seen Boiler Room, which is what I was getting at. The point was that I think I have seen Boiler Room. And then I feel like I've also maybe seen Daytrippers, or at least I've heard of Daytrippers. So because of that, I'm going to say that Boiler Room and Daytrippers are the two that are tied together for the top.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put the Cake Eaters at third. That's my answer.
Yeah, I just thought there's also a connective tissue between the Cake Eaters and the Daytrippers because Parker
Well, don't
Posey,
tell me that now because I'll change my mind.
Parker Posey is in the Daytrippers, and she also is in Richard Linklater's Suburbia and Days of Confused. So I'll go ahead and just say you are correct. The Daytrippers and Boiler Room are tied with a 7.0 out of 10.
Oh, so what, 7? Okay, that's higher than I thought it would be.
And the Cake Eaters rests a little bit below with a 6.3 out of 10.
So I was off by almost a whole point.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's awesome to know. What is next?
We do have Tag Me.
Tag Me.
And we can kick off this segment with the Daytrippers. And we have...
Give me a few tags.
Yep. Road Movie.
Yeah, with the Daytrippers. That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
We have Woman Smoking.
Okay.
We have...
Again, these can be added by members of IMDb, and they don't necessarily have any importance to the film at all. They're just tags that are added on.
Oh, here's a very descriptive tag that says husband-wife relationship.
Okay, well, usually there is between a husband and wife.
And we have surprise ending.
Ooh, there's a twist. There's a twist. That was Daytrippers.
That's
give me one
correct.
For Boiler Room.
The hit segment.
Well,
tag me.
I wouldn't. I'm kind of surprised that Daytrippers has the tag surprise ending.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel like a movie that would. You know, for better or worse, I don't know how you take that. I don't mean that as a criticism or a compliment. It doesn't feel like that type of movie. So it's interesting.
Yep, we will leave that up for you, the listener, to decipher. Moving on to the Cake Eaters, we have short-haired female.
Okay.
We have incurable disease.
Oh, okay. That's sad.
We have drinking beer.
All right. Important to the movie.
Yep. I'm sure that's really important to what's happening in that film. And then last but not least, we will end with Boiler Room, where we have financial fraud.
All right, yeah, illegitimate.
We have vulture capitalist.
Okay.
We have tragic event. We have pillow talk.
Oh wow, that's a curveball. The other three make sense.
And how about the last one?
Is that Vin Diesel and Ben Affleck having pillow talk there? Is that what that is?
I think I love you.
Why is your Vin Diesel? Is that Vin Diesel you're doing? Because it sounds like Sylvester Stallone.
I think I love you. All right.
Yeah, right, Adrian. Yeah.
Last but not least, we have moral transformation.
Ooh, so does someone go from bad to good or good to bad? That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I used to rip people off, and now I love people. It's Vin Diesel.
Now I give them money. Wait, but you said Vin Diesel was the son?
I don't know who Vin Diesel is.
Oh, okay.
I have no
sorry.
idea.
I thought I was just implied.
We can rope this in really quick to a quote
time.
This is where I go to the quote section on IMDb and I pull a quote from one of these movies and I read it, and then Will has to decide what film the quote came from. And starting as of last week, Will is going to actually give me scene direction on the performance that I give when I read this quote. And I will tell you...
Have you seen any of these?
I have seen The Daytrippers a few years ago. And I will tell you that this line is delivered by one person. There's one person, one line, 2 sentences.
Okay. That makes my job easier. If it was 2 people, I could still do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, we started this last week, just to reiterate, I'm going to try to pick from the movies and what you've told me about them. I'm going to try to pick a character, give you some direction to deliver this line. A line that I don't know what is or what movie it goes to, in hopes that I select at least the right movie, if not even the right character.
Yeah.
So, man, okay. We have some fun things to work with here. But I think it's pretty obvious that I'm going to have to go with, I want you to be a college dropout.
Okay.
So you're coming, whatever the line is, I want you to deliver it as though you are telling your overbearing father this line in hopes that he would understand your current situation.
Okay. And here you go. And your quote reads as follows. We need to open another bottle of vodka. It seems like you put the last bottle in your mouth. Most of the last bottle.
All right, try it again. Take 2.
Okay.
That was pretty good. So same thing. I think I'm onto something here. Same thing.
We need to open another bottle of vodka. It seems like you put most of the last bottle in your mouth.
Okay, so I mean, this guy is really suffering here. Okay, but that's if it's from this movie, which I don't think it is now. So we need to open another bottle of vodka. You put most of the last one in your mouth?
Yep, it seems that you put most of the last bottle in your mouth.
Okay. I don't think I got this. Last week I at least got, I think, the movie right, if not maybe an actor
exactly
correct.
The character.
Yeah, but
everything. This
time I don't think I am. I think I'm wrong on this. I don't think it's the college dropout kid from Boiler Room.
Ooh.
We need to open another bottle of vodka.
Come on, Dad.
It seems like you put most of the last one or the other one in your mouth.
Dad, you need to stop drinking, Dad. But we need to open another bottle.
I feel like this is from Daytrippers.
Okay.
This is someone in that tight-knit Long Island family. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right. And it is delivered by a character named Chop, played by Douglas McGrath in the film The Daytrippers.
Nice. All right. I don't know why I felt that. I could still be wrong about it being the family, but yeah, I definitely didn't feel like it was the other two. It felt too celebratory, maybe. Like it like that. I don't know if the Boiler Room has much celebration in it. Maybe it does.
You got your first big sell. Good job.
Fucking Rocky Balboa.
Good job, kid. Hey,
I didn't feel like it fit like the last one with the families coming together either. So okay, I feel like we need to open another bottle of vodka. It seems like you put the last one in your mouth. And which one of these movies have you've seen? You've seen that movie, correct?
Seen the Daytrippers, yeah.
Okay. What is it? What is the thing that tips off this college dropout that the business is not on the up and up? It's illegitimate. What is the thing that tips him off? And we know that there's a vulture capitalist. We know that there's something financial related. I can't remember what the other tag was. And we also know there's pillow talk. So we'll try to work that.
He overhears Vin Diesel chalk up a sale, even though he hears the phone call not go very well. And he's like,
"Oh, okay,
like, wait a minute."
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's like, "Come on, I can give you 4 shares for the price of 1. Fuck you too." And then he like looks over his shoulder and then writes on the board like another tally mark.
Okay. So, where does that happen in the movie? Like early on, midway?
Midway, we have like the voiceover narration that's like, I started to get a little bit suspicious that maybe this place wasn't going as well as they say it was. And then we have like the camera like whip pan over to Vin Diesel and be like, fuck you too. And then he puts down the phone and then he chalks up another sale and he's like, hey, ding, ding. He like dings the bell.
We
like,
got another one.
Hey, chalk another one up for Vinny.
Okay.
And he's just like having his uncle, his like shady uncle, buy the share. So it's like a false sale. And then whenever he gets like the monthly bonus for the sales, he has his uncle sell the shares that he sold.
Oh, it's like some insider dealing going on. Okay. So you said this happens about midway through the film?
Yeah, and then he has to confront like the illegitimacy of the company. And he's like, there's some shady dealings going on here. What's up? I mean, I know I'm just front desk reception, but
okay, but I'm trying to figure out where the pillow talk comes in.
He goes home at night. It's one of those scenes where he's having a bad dream. So we see him like tossing and turning in bed, and then he like wakes up from a dream, and he like looks over. And he just sees like his wife's like shoulder under the like she's under the covers, and he just like her like bare shoulder and the back of her head with her long hair is like on the pillow facing the other direction, and he like leans over and he like puts his head on her shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, I had like this terrible dream where the company was going under. There's like these fraudulent sales going on and like bad investments, and like I'm gonna lose my job." And then, like, we get the camera angle that's down on the other side, and it's Vin Diesel with a wig on, and he goes, "It's okay, honey."
So wait, is he still dreaming, or did Vin Diesel's character like slip in?
It's like it is. He like has that dream, and then like he wakes up for real, and then his wife is there for real.
Okay, so then how does he confirm? Because I feel like he's got he's freaked out, but I feel like in that moment he's gonna have to like confirm that he's not still dreaming, right? So
he like reaches down between her legs to confirm that she's.
And she's packing. Like she's just...
You like what you feel?
And then he wakes up again.
He wakes up for real, and it's like morning, and the like sunlight's coming through the window, and his wife comes in with a skillet, and she's like, "Hey, I made eggs for you," or whatever, and like he knows that he's awake for real this time.
Yeah, eggs, but there's also like a giant sausage on the plate. He's like, "I'm not hungry."
He looks down at the plate, and the eggs like stop motion animate shape like form into Vin Diesel's face. He's like,
"Oh God,
can't wait for you to show up at work."
I'm over easy for you. I'm sorry, son up.
I hope you scramble me.
It's so dumb. It's like the second movie we've done where there's a big butch guy in like that role.
Yeah. Except for this time it's just like Vin Diesel is actually just in this movie for real.
So okay, so then one last thing, we got to figure out how this movie ends. So now we know that like Vin Diesel is doing some shady dealing, possibly.
Yeah.
It seems. So you said that the guy was married. You're not talking about the college dropout having the dream,
I am.
right?
Yeah, I am.
So he is married.
Yeah. The narrator / college dropout main character.
Okay. Okay. So he's married. How do we? The end of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's do a prediction. How does the movie end? Because isn't this the same one that has like the moral? It's like the moral transition, something like that. In the tag.
Maybe. I don't recall. I think so.
I think it is.
I think so. So we have. So Ben Affleck is he's like the head boss, even though he was pretty young in 2000, I think still.
Yeah,
but so. he's the boss. So this ends with Giovanni Ribisi, our main character. I'm gonna assume.
Okay, yeah, the student, the dropout.
Yeah, he reveals the fraudulent sales that Vin Diesel's character has been doing.
Okay, right.
He tells Ben, like,
I had this dream about him, and I just couldn't wake up. I kept waking up and feeling his package, and he was my wife. And
it's like, listen, Greg, this the boiler room's not making any money. I did the math on this. I looked into it.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a boiler room involved.
I looked into it. 40% of the investment sales that we get are fraudulent. Danny, played by Vin Diesel, he's selling to his uncle. He gets the sales, he gets the bonus at the end of the month, and then at the beginning of the next month, he has his uncle sell the shares, and then he sells them right back to him in the middle of the month again, and then he gets the bonus again. So this place is making no money. We're losing money by giving him all the bonuses, while the rest of us...
It's illegal.
It's a little bit illegal. The rest of us are working our tails off out here to get these investments. And then Ben is like, you know what, you're right. And then he sacks Vin Diesel's character. So we have like the hard cut to where it's Vin Diesel holding like the little cardboard box that has all of his like desk office trinkets and stuff. Yeah. And he's like, hey, he's doing it from... It was all... I had nothing but good intentions.
I meant to do good. Because I was going to ask. So like Ben Affleck, the boss character in this assumption, he's always a good guy. He just doesn't know this is happening, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, so then it's Vin. You're saying it's Vin Diesel's character. Wait, it's not really a moral transformation or whatever they said. The tag was because if Vin Diesel thinks he was always doing good, then that's not really a transformation as far as his morals go.
Oh no! So he gets fired. So he says that obviously that's not true. He was like committing fraud knowingly, and he was. Maybe that's not fraud, but whatever he was doing was illegal and shady.
Yeah.
And so he gets sacked. And this whole movie has been from Giovanni Ribisi's character's POV the whole time.
Okay.
But now we jump to Vin Diesel.
Okay.
And he puts like his box with his desk trinkets and stuff in his backseat of his car. He shuts the door and he like puts his head down on the roof of his car and like shakes his head and he's like, oh, what am I going to do? And he goes home to his wife.
Yes, thank you. That's where I'm going to go to.
And he like parks his car outside and he looks at the front door and he sighs.
Yeah.
And he's like, we see like a close up on his hands and his hands are shaking. And he like wipes the sweat off of his forehead and he gets out of his car and he shuts the door and he like loosens the necktie from his neck, undoes the top button, and he walks inside and his wife is like, hey, how was hook, honey? And he goes, I got fired. And his wife fucking starts beating the shit out of him.
Oh God!
He's like abused. He's like physically abused by his wife. And like this whole time,
you're just a failure. You're just a fucking failure. Yeah,
yeah. And so he's like, I gotta do good.
I gotta do good.
Like make up for this.
And then he goes, and then the one time in the movie, he goes downstairs after being beaten by his wife.
He's like got a bloody nose, and like
got a bloody nose,
eye.
got like a cut over his eye. He's carrying his shit downstairs in this cardboard box. He's kind of sobbing a little bit, knowing that he fucked up. All he was trying to do was trying to do good, but he couldn't do good by his wife. And the one time in the movie, we go downstairs, and he opens the door to this room in the back of the basement, and there's the boiler. And he just goes in there and just closes the door and just starts crying the whole time. And then title card, boiler room.
Yeah, cut to black, and we just hear the sound of like steam spouting out of one of the pipes, and him like sobbing as the credits start to roll.
It's just no music. It's just steam and Vin Diesel.
I don't know how this is like a moral vindication.
It's not at all. It's not even close.
But now the audience feels bad for him.
So
at first we were against him, but now we're like, oh, I get it. Like he's abused at home.
We assumed that the tag was applied to a character in the film. It's really applied to the audience viewing the movie. That we understand that the plight of this man who's being beaten by his disapproving wife, and he was just trying to do good. Vin Diesel was just trying to do good.
Yeah, and it has like one of those like if you or someone you know is the victim of domestic abuse, call this phone number.
See, whenever you mentioned earlier about going home to his wife, I thought he was going to have a dream where like his wife was the kid.
It's Giovanni Ribisi. Giovanni Ribisi rolls over and is like, "I know what you did."
And then Vin Diesel wakes up and it's his real wife who's just going to beat him again. Yeah. No, honey, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. All right.
There we go.
What was that called again? Boiler Room, I guess. Maybe. Vin Diesel's Sad Life. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I still feel like I've watched that movie. I don't remember any of that, so I can't confirm
it. Doesn't have Vin Diesel going home to get physically abused by his wife after he gets fired from his job where he was doing illegal trading.
Yeah. I don't. At least not the Boiler Room that I saw.
Yeah, this would have been Boiler Room 2, the fraudulent claim.
It's just a sequel. He goes and gets like hired again at some other investment firm, just trying to I'll do right this time, I promise.